arms. Surrender to the Covenant.
Cortana, I'm gonna need you now. Find the Halo. Win the war.
Pablo, good morning.
Good morning, Jeff. Nice background.
Oh, thank you so much, man. I watched the first 2 episodes. Man, talk about epic. This show is just overwhelming. What an incredible experience. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, the visuals are amazing, aren't they?
Oh, it's just spectacular. And, we're at war against an alien threat known as the Covenant. You play Master Chief Petty Officer John 117. He's become a symbol of the war. He's an inspiration to his Marines, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He is. He's a symbol in the universe that we're showing in this TV show, and he's also a symbol for us as an audience and for us as game players as well. He's been an iconic character over the past 20-some years that every person who's ever played the video game has been asked to imagine themselves as him. So he's a symbol of bravery, of courage, of effectiveness under extraordinarily difficult circumstances. He has a sense of humor, a dry sense of humor when things get the worst. And all of these things that are so familiar about the Chief should be familiar in the TV show. But, in the show now, because it's for a different medium, long-form storytelling, you're going to get to experience the Chief in ways that you've never experienced in the game before. And he starts to learn a bit about himself as a human being.
Yeah, absolutely, because he saves a young girl, which goes against his training. He lets his emotions seep through. He does the right thing. So even though he's more machine, I think he's more human now, isn't he?
He is, yeah, and a lot of the dynamic in terms of like the moral questioning of right and wrong is established in the video games, but in later games of the series, we sort of speed that process up, and as we discover a little bit more about who John is as a human being, it's also a process of discovery for the audience, that they're learning about this character in a new way that they hadn't before.
Well, as an actor, putting on that uniform, was it heavy? It just looked big and bulky. And also arriving on the sets, I mean, you could just get into Chief Petty Officer just like right away, right?
Yeah, it is. It is heavy and bulky for sure. It's about 55 pounds of plastic, which doesn't sound like that much. And really, actually, the weight's not the biggest difficulty of it. It's a lack of mobility that it creates around the shoulder joints and the hip joints. There's this particularly fun move that I got really hooked on when I was watching the cinematics of the game. It's like very, very often when Chief is heading into battle, he'll be running and he'll pull his assault rifle off of the back and continue running into battle and start firing. And I learned very quickly that was just physically impossible in the suit. And so, we had to enhance some of that move by visual effects. But it was things like that we realized quite quickly.
I'm a huge fan of Bokeem Woodbine. Tell me about working with him. He's awesome.
Yeah, Bo's amazing. He plays Soren, which is a kind of a deep cut from the Halo lore. And they had, Chief and Soren have a long history. Soren was also part of the Spartan program, but ended up leaving after his augmentation went wrong. And so in episode 2, we meet Soren, and Chief goes to him when he feels like he doesn't have anywhere else to turn.
Well, Pablo, congratulations. Halo streaming on Paramount Plus. Thank you for joining me today. I'm a big fan. Good luck with the series, buddy.
Thanks for your time. I appreciate it.